Hey guys, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on the live. If you notice, Sarah was in the chat tonight. Everybody was happy to see her. And Sarah may be on our next live next Saturday. I just talked to her and she said that she's going to try to make it. So that'll be fun. She's always funny and ready to do crazy things. Got an encounter for y'all tonight. It comes out of Oklahoma. Um, Oklahoma has a pretty large data bank on Sasquatch. And we're going to talk about an encounter here. And since I've been doing boots on the ground, I'm going to try to hit some of these locations. And I'm going back out again this week, so we should have another boots on the ground coming up. The location on this one is going to take place at the Canadian River near Newcastle, Oklahoma, September 1st, 2004. The moon phase on this date was a waning gibbous, guys. Yep, I'm back to my moon phases. Suspect was a Sasquatch. The outcome was an encounter. The time that it happened was approximately 8 p.m. The environment was wooded. There are many farms around there. It's a rural farming community. The land that it was on also had cattle. Various ponds, freshwater creeks in the area is also there, by the Canadian River is also close by. The individual that had the encounter decided to remain anonymous, but here is his encounter. I was walking with my dog down a dirt road near my grandparents' house. It was about 8 p.m. and I still lied out. We were about 1/2 mile down the road when my dog started barking and going crazy. She would just stand there between my legs and growl and bark. This is a big dog, a German Shepherd. Finally, I got her to calm down. I heard some grunting and moving around in the woods to our right. I figured it was just a deer or a wild hog. As I moved closer, I saw it rise up from behind the fallen tree. I'd say it was roughly 7 foot tall. I would guess it was between 300 and 400 pounds. Kind of reddish brown hair covering its body. The face looked like a monkey in a way. I couldn't move. My dog was going crazy, and it was trying to stay between me and whatever it was. It was only there for a flash. I know it turned and it ran, and my dog gave chase to it. And I turned, and I also ran home. About 30 to 45 minutes later, my dog came home, panting. While we was on our way home, the dog and I had got separated. But the dog came home, and it was panting, but it was unhurt. I have heard all kinds of noises at night there all my life. They sound like a whooping sound, kind of like a howler monkey I've seen on the Discovery Channel. Also noticed it made a kind of a sound like a wild ape or a monkey. We have coyotes out there, but I'm used to their howl. They can be howling at night, and when other howls starts, the coyotes and other noises stop. It's like whenever this thing starts to scream, everything else is quiet. It smelled like a roadkill. That's the best way I know how to describe it. He stated that his large 2-year-old dog, described as a watchdog, started acting frightened, going nuts, and trying to hide between the witness's legs. He said he couldn't calm her down. A lot of animals seem to be very frightened of this. Is it because it's an alpha animal? I think they can probably sense that. The witness, then heard a low, deep-pitched sound. He couldn't really describe or imitate it. Starting the direction of the sound into the woods to the west side of the road, he noticed an extremely large head, as big or as bigger than a basketball, looking over the exposed root system of a downed tree. He estimated the distance at 30 yards and guessed the height of the root ball at about 6 feet. A Sasquatch-like creature moved out from behind the roots, retreated into the woods. The witness said he saw the animal's entire body. He said it walked like a mall walker, with swinging arms and a very fluid motion. The animal was described as having very broad shoulders and huge hands. He said he could see its muscles moving under its hair. The estimated height of the animal was 7 or 8 feet. The witness also said he noticed a strong roadkill smell. He said the smell was very pungent at the time of the sighting, but he didn't know if it was related or if it was just an animal. The witness described the animal as being a rust color. Upon seeing the animal retreat, the dog became aggressive and broke away from its leash, chasing after the animal. It returned to the house a couple of hours later, unharmed. Speaking of the animal, the witness said, "It scared the hell out of me. I was frozen." The witness said he drew pictures of the creature when asked if it could be a bear. The witness shot down the possibility and described being very familiar with bears, having seen and hunted them all of his life. The witness works as a loan officer and appears to be very excited about learning everything he can about the Sasquatch. In fact, this encounter has bothered him so much he has spent hundreds of dollars in cams to put around his house to make sure nothing is lurking about. Visits to the area revealed the presence of plenty of suitable habitat for concealment associated with the South Canadian River, which is just a few miles away. So guys, pretty much what had happened is he had an encounter while walking his dog, and a lot of people do when they are walking their dogs. And you know, it just I think sometimes the dogs may bring it up to try to find out what the dog's doing. If you remember, Sarah took her dog on a daylight in, daylight out with this, and her dog was so nervous we couldn't hardly control it. It was wrapping her up in the leash, running between her legs, and it was constantly sniffing the air. And I think dogs can sense that this is an alpha predator, and that when these dogs are out there, they know that, hey, we're dinner. You know, I mean, this thing could absolutely just shred a dog. Probably a pack of dogs or a pack of coyotes. I doubt when you see these things, you're probably not just seeing one. There's probably others in the area. That's probably the one you're seeing is the one trying to draw your attention while the others are watching and maybe even slipping up on you. But I wanted to share this with you guys, and I thought you would find it enjoyable. And I think that it's a good encounter because it's kind of like what we had whenever we walked the dog whenever I was younger, and our dog would go nuts a lot, and we could hear it walking in the brush, following us with heavy breathing. So if you're out and about, guys, pay attention to your animals. They may alert you to something before you ever know it's there. And like this guy said, you know, it just stepped out and was right there in front of him. And the dog went crazy. So when your dog runs off, you've now lost that protection. I would recommend carrying protection with you anyways other than a dog. But if you're going to be out and about walking by yourself and stuff, you know, always have something with you to defend yourself. I appreciate y'all watching, guys. Until next time, keep your head on a swivel and don't be something's dinner.